Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good, because it's good to feel good, and it's currently just gone midnight at the time I'm filming this video, which is ridiculous of me to be filming at this time, but you know, I actually filmed this video a lot earlier, yesterday, and it wasn't the way I wanted it to turn out, so I've decided to, you know what, film it again, because filming it again, second time, should always be a bit fun, like, you know, make improvements, so yeah. Anyway, moving on. But anyway, let's move on with the actual video, which is actually my monthly Ask Ollie video, which I do every month. I ask you to send me questions on Twitter and all over the internet, and yeah, let's go and answer these questions.
It's Ollie, the guy who likes pandas.
So, you guys really do love sending me questions, and I really do like answering them, so yeah, let's go on with these questions. Who is your favourite YouTube musician? I think at the moment, like, I would say Musical Beth, and like, she's really cool. She produces some really cool and catchy music. Like, I've seen her perform live, and she's really good. And I've even had the privilege of meeting her at Summer in the City earlier this year. And yeah, she is actually a really awesome person. And yeah, that's why I like a lot of her music. Apples. I like apples. Like, this Mac is, oh, it's quite hot. That's an apple. Look, there's an apple there. There's an apple there on my phone. And yeah, I love the fruity apples as well, because they're a lot of fun, and you know, they're delicious and stuff. So yeah, apples are cool. What's the main goal with your YouTube channel, and what would you most like to achieve? I think for me, like, one thing I would really like to achieve, like, on YouTube is to reach 100,000 subscribers. And yeah, that kind of like goes into itself, because if I reach 100,000 subscribers, then I get that silver plaque for, you know, as a way of saying congratulations, you have 100,000 subscribers. And yeah, then I can look back at that and be really proud of myself for the fact that I've reached this number of subscribers. And yeah, it's something I'll be able to cherish for the rest of my life. So yeah, 100,000 subscribers is a main goal that I have at the moment. I don't know how I'm going to get to 100,000 subscribers, but I will find a way. I will find a way. If I can connect with people, then I will find that as my way to getting to 100,000 subscribers. What film can you quote the most of? I'm not going to lie, I can actually quote a lot of Star Wars, like, I think mainly the films in the original trilogy. And yeah, like, those films are the real deal. I always love the original Star Wars trilogy better than the prequel. Sorry to any fans of the prequel trilogy, but yeah, it's always, so when it ever comes down to Star Wars, it's all about the original trilogy. I think for me, like, going back to the question, there's lots of quotes that I've like thrown throughout the films. Like, obviously there's the whole line of "May the Force be with you," which is obviously one of the most memorable lines from all of Star Wars. There's the whole, here's an interesting fact, the whole "I am your father" scene. This is actually, here's the quotes. So, "If only you knew the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him." And here's where people actually get a bit confused. A lot of people assume that Darth Vader actually says, "Luke, I am your father," when in actual fact, he actually says, "No, I am your father." And that's been a big common misconception, and ironically, it's something that James Earl Jones, who voiced Darth Vader, that's something he got wrong when he was reading the script, because he actually thought it said "No, I am your father," when in actual fact it actually said "Luke, I am your father." But in the theatrical cut, it is "No, I am your father." So yeah, there's something you probably didn't know, but yeah, I'm educating you on that. So yeah, if you could be any historical figure in time, who would it be and why? Probably, I think for me, because I've always been a big fan of like history, I think for me, probably in the Tudor period, probably Henry VIII, because he was the cool king. Like, he was the real deal back then, in like between 1509 to 1547, and yeah, he was just the real deal. Like, obviously he had 6 wives, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced but had survived. That is such a catchy rhyme. I love how, you know, they've implemented that into history. Like, well, not like gone back in time and said, yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, like, it's always in history books. You'll see something like that, that whole rhyme. It's so catchy. But yeah, Henry VIII. Definitely Henry VIII. If you had to learn a musical instrument, which would it be and why? I think, I don't know if I've answered this question before, but I feel like I have. But I think for me it would be a guitar. Like, I've always, you know, had this idea of wanting to play a musical instrument, and I've always seen, you know, someone playing a guitar. Like, I've always imagined myself playing a guitar, but, like, I've always seen, well actually, but then again I see, like, people have inherited their, like, love of playing musical instruments a lot when they're younger, and I don't know, like, me, an 18-year-old boy right now, would he become very interested in playing guitar? I'm not sure, you tell me. Answers on a postcard, please. Where is the best place you have ever travelled? I think personally for me, I would say Thailand, because Thailand is such a cool place. I went there 3.5 years ago. Oh, hello. So I went there 3.5 years ago, and it was such a cool trip. Like, I had such a great time out there, and I got quite a few good souvenirs. Like, for example, this hat that everyone, you know, likes to see when I do UNAV broadcasts, and it's like become like synonymous with broadcast. And also, what is this? This is a picture. It's quite dusty. I need to dust this off. Anyway, here's a picture of me riding an elephant. So what is it? So when I went on that trip to Thailand, I actually went on a school trip, and it's crazy. You might be thinking, how the hell does a school do a trip to Thailand? But it happened. Well, it was when I was living out in the Middle East, when I was at school there. That's how it happened. But yeah, basically, it was our penultimate day in Thailand, and we got the chance to go on like an elephant ride. And so yeah, there's me in the middle there, and, you know, riding an elephant. It was a really cool moment. I wish I actually recorded some of it, but I didn't, because I didn't, for some reason, like, we were going through water, and like, I found that out before, and I didn't really want to get my camera wet, so yeah, but I let it pass. But yeah, it was such a great experience, and as I say, Thailand is one of my favourite places that I've been to in the world. When is the Emily collab happening? Like, oh my gosh, what is it, Emmy? I know I've said that, you know, we could film it sometime soon. I did say we could film it at Jack's birthday gathering, which I'm really kind of sad that I didn't go to it, but then again, I didn't have any money at the time. I mean, I think I wasn't working on that day, but I just didn't have the money, like, to go, and I'm not getting paid for a while, so I don't know, I mean, like, I will find a place and a time to make it happen, but I just need money. That's one thing I need to get, but I don't get paid for a while, so yeah, it will happen as soon as I can get it on my feet. So yeah, as soon as possible, Emmy. Do you still say swag, and will you ever do a meetup in Liverpool? I do say swag on occasions. Like, I remember whenever I did my UNAV broadcast, sometimes I would say swag a lot, and it would really piss a lot of people off. But I only say it on rare occasions, I guess. Yeah, that's probably true. But going back to the second question of will you ever do a meetup in Liverpool, I've actually been like brainstorming this idea for a while, and I've always thought about, you know, going around, you know, the UK and doing like a kind of tour in a way, because I've always thought that would be a very cool idea, and I really want to try and make that happen. Like, that's a thing that I really want to try and make happen, like, sometime. I'm thinking maybe sometime next year I want to try and make it happen, and I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I'd probably go to places like Liverpool, of course, where you are, Caitlin, and then just, you know, other places that I can choose if I have a lot of viewers there. Who would you want to appear at your workplace whilst you're working? I don't know why, but even though I've only recently started my job, I would really like to see, like, a really famous place to play. I'd really like to see, you know, like a YouTuber that I know who's also is well known, and then just suddenly showing up and not working, and just walking into the shop, and I'd be like, oh my god, it's this person. Like, it doesn't have to be any specific YouTuber, but just a very well-known YouTuber that I know of, which would be very cool if it happened. and like I try not to fangirl, but you know, just be happy that they're walking into my shop. If John Cena and Brad Pitt had a baby, what would it be called? Oh man, what is it with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie? Like, I swear they have quite a lot of kids, and a lot of them are adopted. And I'm pretty sure one of them is called Shiloh Pitt, which is probably one of the best spoonerisms that there is in the world. Like, and for those of you who don't know, a spoonerism is basically where you have 2 or so words. Yeah, it's 2 words, and you swap the first few letters around. So with Shiloh Pitt, it would become Pilo Shit, basically. That's what it is. But going back to the question, I think the first name will be Juan, and then the middle name is John, and then if you're going by surname, if it's Pitt Cena or Cena Pitt, that kind of goes into it. I've seen a Pitt. But yeah, I think I'd go Juan John Cena Pitt. It makes it sound like a pirate in a way, not like, probably like Long John Cena. Long John Cena. That would be John Cena if you were a pirate. But yeah, Juan, as it's quite. Is that a Latino name? I'm pretty sure it's a Latino name. But yeah, Juan John Cena Pitt is what they'd call it. If you could see any live band musician, dead or alive, who would you pick? I think for me personally, I've been a fan of them for a while now. I really do enjoy their music. I think for me it'll be Imagine Dragons, and like their music is probably some of the best music that's out there at the moment. Like, just listening to them, like I've become quite the fan of them the past few months, because their music is just everything to me. It's so catchy and it's so interesting. It's just everything basically. And plus, oddly enough, Imagine Dragons are on tour in the UK in a few months' time in November, and I really want to go see them then. But I don't know if I'll be able to get tickets in time, because I don't know if they'll be sold out like by the end of October, which is when I'm getting paid. But yeah, I just want to get tickets to see them so badly. Like, if there's anyone who is selling a ticket to see Imagine Dragons, please contact me. My contact details are in the description. So yeah, get in contact so we can make that happen. Or if I have money in time, I will purchase a ticket and go to see Imagine Dragons. But yeah, let me know if you want to sell me a ticket. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Those are some pretty interesting questions. I really do enjoy answering your questions. Like, you always have something interesting that you want to ask me, and I always answer it the best I can. So yeah, that was a fun little Ask Ollie. My next Ask Ollie video will be the 30th of October, so now's your chance to start getting questions in for then. So that'll be number 22. Maybe we can quote a bit of Taylor Swift then, and also just realise that this one is episode 21. So yeah, what's 9 plus 10? 21. So yeah, maybe in next month's Ask Ollie we can quote a bit of Taylor Swift. Because I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22 next month. So yeah, I can't wait to do that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my 21st episode of Ask Ollie, and like, comment, subscribe, and share the love. See ya.